If you've been wondering, Carlos, do you upsell to your customers? Definitely stay tuned because that's what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. God bless you as always. Carlos here with Serranos Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for watching today's video. So let's jump into it, right? A question I get asked a lot is, Carlos, do you upsell to your customers, right? And to be honest, the answer to that is no. And you're gonna find out why I don't upsell to customers. But if you're just started maybe in your detailing business, it's definitely something that I know many detailers do. They want to push everything they offer the customers, right? Everybody's gonna have their opinion, so don't hesitate to leave it in the comments below. If you upsell to your customers, if you don't, it's okay. There's gonna be so many different opinions as to why I don't do this, right? But hopefully it makes sense. Maybe it's something you learn or at least you can take from this video. So I wrote 5 things on here as to why I don't upsell to customers. Point number 1 is really, as a detailer, it's your job to demonstrate all the options that you offer in your business, whether that's through a phone call, through your website, right? You want to make sure as a detailer you do all that prior to arriving to customers, home, business, whatever the case may be. It's your job to make sure that you can demonstrate everything you're able to give the customer, right? So I know some people don't like doing that. They do that till they show up at the spot, right? But in my opinion, throughout all these years that I've done this, I highly recommend that before you even step foot at the customer's home, you've already locked in the package, you've already locked the price, and all of that, right? One thing I tell a lot of my customers is, before I even show up to your place, I'm gonna send you a firm price with no hidden fees, because you definitely don't want to surprise your customers when you show up, right? So always just be very transparent. So always make sure that you at least showcase what your business offers. That way they know, right? Leads me to point number 2. And I've done this, and I'm sure you have. Whenever you guys are, let's per se, you're out maybe at Best Buy or at Walmart, and I've seen at Walmart where I'm always, when I see them, I'm literally trying to not even go around them, but whenever AT&T or Spectrum Internet is there, right, they're waiting for you, and boy, do they try to grab you. And it's in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm not here for this. I'm here for this, right? And hopefully you kind of understand if you've gone through that. Right, you're like, I'm here for this. It's I don't have time for you, bro. I gotta go. That's kind of how our customers feel at times, right? They contact you for a service, and it's here you go with knocking at their door again, or sending them a text message hey, you want to do this, or do you want to do that, right? Customers at first they're kind of okay with it, right? But it becomes kind of annoying, if that makes sense. So customers don't want a pushy salesman, right? And yes, I get it. We're in the customer service business, but we are not in the salesman, right? In my opinion, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here, I disclose everything I do for my business, and it's up to you what you get, right? So, customers don't like pushy salesmen. And I won't forget one time when, this was when I started my business, and I was literally trying to be a salesman. And I would go and knock on the customer's house, and I was like, hey, you want to go ahead and add an engine detail to that? And they're like, I don't need that. I don't want that. And then I was like, maybe I can upsell like a trim restoration, and they're like, sir, I've already told you, I don't want any of that. I called you because I wanted my interior done, and ever since then, that pretty much taught me like, all right, you know what? Stop being pushy. Like, just do what they hired you to do, and that's what led me to never upselling. Number 3, customers already have a budget they have, right? They already know what they want to spend, or you've already locked in the price, right? Customers work hard for their money. And if you say, all right, well, this package is going to be 200, guess what? They're probably just going to have that 200 available, disposable for them at that time. So when you come in and now you're trying to sell them this and sell them that, they're like, well, all I have is this. Do they have more money? Maybe, yeah. But a lot of the customers is they're set in their mind what they're gonna pay, right? Of course, circumstances change, like I've said in many videos. If they had mold in their interior or something like that, then prices change, right? But customers already have that budget that they're ready to spend because you've already disclosed that with them through a phone call, through email, text, whatever the case may be. Number 4, and this is really one of the ones that I feel like is really important, because some customers don't care for any of the extras that you want to give them. Literally, all they want is what they paid for. And yes, many times we show up, we're doing interior, you look at the paint, it has overspray, or the paint feels dull, so here you go and you're like, hey, you need a wax, or do you want me to take this overspray off? And guess what? Majority of the times, these customers don't care for anything else other than what they hired you for. Because in their mind, that's what's most important. They didn't, so keep that in. That's why for me, if you hired me for an interior detail, that's strictly what I'm going to give you. I'm not going to be like, do you want to go ahead and add this? Do you want to add that? Because in my head, customers already know what they want, right? Customers probably already called so many different types of detailers and they just didn't feel comfortable. Maybe they were being pushy and they came to you, right? So my job is to make sure that the customer's experience is superb, like 100% just satisfied from beginning to the end, right? So I never want to be pushy with a customer, never. I want them to feel like literally comfortable. So some customers, they really don't care for clay bar. They really don't care for their overspray removal. They really don't. So that's why I just kind of focus on what I'm hired for. And the last one, some customers may not call you back due to they felt pushed, right? They felt like, man, this detailer was really like trying to me to buy everything. And that, even though they maybe liked your service, yeah, they gave you a 5-star review, but guess what? They probably won't contact you back because they felt like, man, is this what I'm going to be getting every time? Like when he comes, is he going to be trying to offer me a new package, or I need to get this, or I need to get that, right? So some customers, they love your job, but they probably won't call you back again because of just that same scenario, like just being pushy, right? For me, not pushing these customers to buy something else from my business has really helped, because guess what? I want them to see my work first, right? New customers, especially new customers. I want them to see why they contacted me, why they hired me, right? Because then that is gonna open more doors on its own without you even having to sell yourself to them. They're gonna be like, hey, do you offer this? Of course. That just opened up another door, right? Then you do that and they're like, hey, you know what? I've heard of, what do you think of ceramic coatings, right? Do you offer that? Of course I do, And many times customers have told me like, why didn't you offer me that? And I tell them the same thing I tell all my customers, because that's not what you called me about. You called me for this problem to be fixed, right? You didn't call me for that. So with my business. I do not offer you anything else other than what your concern is, right? And the customer was like, man, that truly makes sense, right? Because I called you for this. And then we book another package. And then we book something else. Because the customers themselves are now opening doors to you to do their vehicles without you having to be like pushy for everything. And I just love not being that detailer that's gonna like try to offer you everything, right? So these are just 5 things as to why I don't upsell. And I stopped upselling because at the end of the day, a lot of these customers have very minimal disposable income, or they already have that budget that you told them, and that's as far as they're gonna max out, right? And it's your job as a detailer to do all your homework prior to showing up, right? I ask for pictures. I ask for information. What year is this car? When's the last time it was detailed? Do we have pets? Do we smoke? Right? That gives you idea of what you can offer to these customers, right? And in my business, especially when it comes to interiors, I will give you option A, which is like just a thorough interior, or I'll offer you like option B. If they smoke, if they have pet hair, you know, it's gonna be a little bit more. And I tell them, so option B is this one, it's a little bit more, but you're gonna get all these extras, right? And customers get 2 options. They're like, okay, you know what? Let me just go with this option. Or you know what? It's only $100 difference, I'll go with this package, right? So, and that's a tip that you could take out of this video. Offer your customers 2 types of packages when it comes to interiors, right? An interior that might be, for me, headliners is extra. It's an added cost, right? For me, so I always tell customers, it's an interior detail. Headliner is excluded. If you wish to add that, then it's a $50 added price to your total amount. And that has really helped upselling a headliner, because headliners, if you know, they're probably one of the most fragile things you want to clean. If you mess up, now you're about to pay probably like $150, $200 for a headliner. So that's why I always add them as it's an added cost to that. So give your customers 2 options. Like your option A is just like an interior detail for just per se $200, and option B is a full interior detail with the headliner, pet hair removal, and all of that. Say $350, $400, whatever your price is. Really, those are I'm just throwing out numbers so you kind of get an idea. But those are truly the reasons why I don't like upselling. I hate having a customer feel like pressurized, right? And sometimes in that moment, they just say yes just to get you to be quiet and keep going. Some customers really are busy. They work from home, and here you go texting them and trying to get them to buy this or buy that. It's like, sir, I'm working, right? So I do all of that before I even show up. When I show up, I just say, give me your keys. Let me take care of everything, and we're good to go. All right? You won't hear from me until I finish. And customers always love that. So hopefully this video kind of helped you guys out in why I don't upsell. Hopefully, in the comments, let me know in the comments down below, what you guys think of this video. If you upsell, if you do, why? If you don't, why not, right? Maybe we can relate. And I love reading the comments because we all work differently, right? Maybe there's something in your comments that I will implement in my business, right? Or I'll try. But hopefully you guys had a blessed Labor Day week or weekend. I hope you guys have a blessed week overall. It's now time to grind. Oh, huge shout out to Details, Joel Detailing, and my brother Sal for this awesome. They sent me this hat, and if you've seen it on their YouTube channel, they be having this sucker on them. So I am official Details, baby. Now, thank you so much for your hat. Thank you everybody who always sends me hats. I wear them, literally. I have so many, but I just wanted to showcase just a couple of them today. Maybe in the future I'll keep doing maybe these types of videos, and you'll see all the hats I received from around the state. If you have a hat of your business, hey, I love hats, send me one send me one. I'm trying to collect hats from all over the state. So I have some from Canada. I have some from where else? California. I got a little bit of everything. So I would love to have one of your hats and showcase them. I don't know. I have a thing for hats. Anyways, you guys have a great day. God bless y'all. And I'll see you guys on the next video.